Hello to all my fairy followers. Look what I got. One of my fairy followers I have been talking to for a while had this wonderful little log cabin in his cabin up in the mountains above us, and he kept telling me that he was going to give me this. Well, guess what I got this week? He brought it and gave it to me. I could not believe it. I just love it. It's all handmade and it's done such a great job, whoever made it. It has bed and breakfast on the sign, as you can see. It has four different sets of window heights. So we have one here, one there, and there's the tallest one. So we have a 4-story fairy bed and breakfast. My fairies are going to be so happy that they are going to have a place to stay when they're away from home. And it's so cute. It has a little door here to get in and a couple of chairs to rest by. I cannot wait to use it in my fairy garden. So you're probably going to see this in 3 or 4 different settings. So stay tuned and keep coming back for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll try to get at least something done every week. So hopefully we can have 4 weeks of repurposing my bed and breakfast fairy building. Here's my first attempt to get my bed and breakfast up and running. I had an old piece of moss that I've been moving around the yard and using for photo ops. It's a sheet of it. I got it at Joann's and I've cut some off, and I know you've seen some of the other pieces that I've used, the scraps, but this is the big piece that I had. So instead of trying to put a lawn in, or I'm doing a fairly good size fairy garden, this is great. It is a sheet, and you can see it's just a sheet of it, and I just laid it down and put it down. I have 2 rocks from my yard that I borrowed, and so that was a no cost. The little pieces of other moss that I have in here, as you've seen, I've even redone these in some other fairy gardens in the last couple weeks. Another no cost. I just move stuff around. The log you see out front from my yard, another no cost. So the little Jimmy over here, the gnome, my cowboy gnome, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law got me for my birthday, so that was another no cost. And of course the bed and breakfast was a gift from one of my followers. So this fairy garden was a 0 cost. The only thing that this took was my sweat and tears, finding stuff around my yard, pulling it together, and making a new fairy garden. This is a 0 cost fairy garden. I think it is so cute. Now, there is only one downside to this fairy garden. That house is made from all wood. You cannot leave that out in your yard. It'll get ruined. So you will see it from time to time. I'm going to do 3 or 4 different fairy gardens with it here in this month, but it will not be staying outside at night. I'm going to take my pictures, bring it back in, because I don't want to see it get run. I have a lot of wooden houses that are similar to this. They're not log cabins, but most of my little houses that belong to my fairy shore, they're almost all wood too, and they don't stay out in the yard. They go out there for their photo ops, and I bring them back in the house. So anything to do with wood, I don't leave it out there because they'll get run. I had one really pretty one few years back. If you go back on the blog, you'll see it, and it was just gorgeous. It's still sort of all together, but it looks terrible. So after that experience, I don't leave them out. The only ones you see out, that the weather don't bother, but they have to deal with cold, heat, watering. The wood just can't deal with it, so they don't stay out. They only go out for their photo ops, and they come back in the house. I have boxes and boxes of fairy stuff that's in the house that it's not out all the time. I mean, it might stay out overnight or something, and that's not going to get wrecked, but it doesn't stay out more than a day or 2 at any given day. But I thought it turned out pretty cute for a 0 cost. So when people say, oh, fairy gardening is very expensive, Hey, you can go to secondhand stores, you can pull things from your yard, you can repurpose things. Everything in this is repurposed from another fairy garden or from my yard or something free. I thought it turned out great. Zero money. I love these kind of things. Well, until I see you again, bye-bye.